Hey everybody, this is Alan Belniak from Subjectively Speaking, and here's another installment of my 3 questions in 5 minutes. And with me today here is David Reske from Nowspeed. David is the CEO and co-founder of Nowspeed. And David, why don't you take a minute or so and tell the audience about what you do and what Nowspeed does?
Sure. Nowspeed is an interactive agency. We're focused on transforming demand generation systems for our clients. We help with projects like search engine optimization, website design, paid search, social media marketing, and email marketing programs. And everything we do is designed to make our clients' demand generation programs more efficient and effective.
Great. It sounds like you guys do quite a bit, and it sounds like you have a lot to offer anyone coming in to seek your services. That's great. So just as a bit of background, this is May 2010. We're here at the Marketing Profs B2B Forum in Boston, and there's been a lot of discussion here, a couple keynote presentations, and from that I've kind of pulled out 3 questions, and maybe we can run through these in just a couple minutes to get your opinion and your take on these. The first one is, you've been running a session where you kind of give some one-on-one therapy for people's websites, and you've been offering up some constructive criticisms and some tactical and strategical fixes about how they can go make that better. Without calling out anyone in particular, could you maybe offer up some comments on what's been the meta or the overall arching story of maybe where some people's websites are kind of falling down?
Sure. It's been a real privilege to talk to people about their websites. I've looked at about 8 websites over the last 2 days in depth with people, and the things that I'm finding are that people are really missing the key message on the website. So the first thing is really they're not really translating their brand and their differentiation into a key message that grabs people in the first 5 seconds of the website experience. So that's really number 1. The number 2 thing I'm seeing is that people are not organizing their content efficiently and effectively. They don't have a good information architecture to make it easy to find the content that you're looking for. They're burying resources, white papers, industry content, other solution content deep in the website. It makes it hard to find. And the third, probably the most important thing, is they don't have, in general, they don't have a lead generation mindset when they're organizing their website. They don't have any offers, white papers, other content front and center on their homepage. They don't have well-designed landing pages, and so these are all challenges. So if they get better messaging, if they have better information architecture and better offers, some of these sites could be producing 3, 4, 5 times as many leads. And it was really interesting to look at that across cross-section industries. Okay,
yeah, and I think when you look at maybe 1 or 2 point cases, it's easy to offer up some constructive feedback. But I think looking at that in the meta is interesting, because there's a lot of people who want to do the right thing, but might not have the tools and resources in which to do that. So
that's right.
That's great. Okay, second question is this is kind of a benefits and drawbacks question. With the age of video now, YouTube maybe a few years ago, maybe it was only on the minds of some people. Now video is pretty much wherever you go, because it's a really good communication medium. It's a lot of content and a lot of information out there in a short amount of time. What would you see as, what's your opinion on the benefits and drawbacks of maybe hosting video on your own site versus hosting video on YouTube, Vidler, Vimeo, things like that? Any thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's always good to distribute your video content to those video sites. So whatever you do, I would still distribute it to YouTube or some of the other sites.
Sure.
The benefit is really it's easy. It's easy. It's free. It's a great platform to distribute your video. If you want to have that video then displayed on your own website, you can do that definitely through YouTube. But if you want more control over the experience, you want more control over the player, you might want to move toward another video hosting platform that gives you more control. So if you want to have an easier experience to control the branding experience, control other related content that comes with the site, lead them towards strategic other offers after the video is done, you just get more control over the players.
Okay. I know one of the benefits of hosting a video on YouTube is because it's a Google property, it gets instantly Google indexed. So that's also one of the benefits, but I know some people are a little bit hesitant about having the YouTube logo in the corner.
Yeah, I would always recommend, in addition to having, even if you decide to host on another platform and have it show up on your site in another player, I would still also distribute it to YouTube and another 25 video sites just to get broader distribution.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay. And lastly is with so many different social networks, social media channels, different ways to get messages out there and connect with people. Some of the frustrations I hear are that, gee, I don't have enough time to go to 15 or 20 different sites to send a status update or post a little bit of content. So I know there's solutions out there where you can syndicate or propagate content all at once. What are the benefits and drawbacks, once again, of either syndicating the same message across multiple networks because it saves time, but maybe the drawback is you kind of lose a little bit of that authenticity, that real message. Any thoughts on those 2 points of view there?
Yeah, I would suggest that in terms of content syndication on social media sites, you want to do both. It's best to use some tools, so like the video example we were just talking about. If you can use a tool to distribute one video easily to 25 different video sites, that's going to make your life a lot easier.
Sure. And
if it takes you, the alternative, it takes you 6 hours to do the same thing manually, you're not going to do it as often. Right. So I would always try to use tools like that. But within the same type of medium. So that's really a video example where the experience and the content you've got to upload to those sites is always the same. And you don't want to really take that same video upload and maybe upload it to Facebook, where you've got a Facebook property where you want to wrap different kinds of content around it. So if you can use a tool to like similar sites and distribute it automatically, I would definitely use that. But you might have to do manual distribution to selected sites. So it may be very important. Like Facebook, I would probably treat Twitter a little bit differently. LinkedIn, LinkedIn groups a little bit differently. I wouldn't start just automatically spraying your content across that. But automate where you can.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all, but maybe a one-size-fits-many, and then repeat almost on a curated basis such that the message is still authentic, but still saves you a little bit of time in the long run.
Absolutely.
Something like that. Great. Well, David, thanks very much for your time. I appreciate it. Where can people find you and your company?
Well, you can connect with us at www.nowspeed.com. You can also connect with me on Twitter at David Reske.
Great. David, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.